Yo, what's going on, guys? Legend here, back in the world of Destiny again. And today is Friday, so that means I've had my time to go over the weekly update that comes out on Thursdays, and I'm probably going to be making these videos every Friday, as long as the weekly update is something interesting. I know we've gone probably about 4 or 5 weeks in a row before the last 2 weeks without having anything really kind of interesting to talk about, and then these last 2 weeks they've just slapped us with so much information. It's crazy. And this week's update again was a really good update, and they talked about the introduction to weapon manufacturers in the game. They're bringing 3 weapon manufacturers into the game, and they're all going to be different style weapons, and they're going to have their own kind of trademark to how they make weapons. So it's going to be a little interesting. I don't know, however, if every weapon in the game is going to be like this through these 3 companies, or if they're going to go back in Vanilla Destiny and put these weapons in Vanilla Destiny. I'm not really sure how they're going to go about that. They didn't kind of go into that, but it'll be interesting to see what they do there, if this is the only weapons that's going to be in the game, or if they are going to have different weapons too, and then have these weapon manufacturers. But I haven't heard anybody pronounce these weapon manufacturer names either, so I'm probably going to be butchering them until I hear somebody who knows what they're talking about pronounce them. And the first one is Haki, H-A-K-K-E. And what they do is they simplicity. They're not really fancy weapons. They're just plain old weapons that get the job done. And as far as like how that's going to work down the skill tree, they say that they are good in every category. They're like just in the medium range in every category. They're not spiked in stability, but the fire rate's low, so it's going to be like a medium category weapon in every stat that you can have. So they don't spike as high or low as other weapon families in the stat base. And I'm going to link the article because they put up some concept art, and that way you guys can look at the pictures of the guns that they put up in case you haven't already. And the second company is Omolon, and they are the futuristic kind of company that are experimenting with energy, putting energy in weapons and making them work. And it says experimental bordering on irresponsible, powered by barely understood technology. So they're the pioneers of energy weaponry, and the picture they have of the scout rifle here, honestly it looks just like the Hardlight, and I would go out on a limb and say that this company is the company that in fact made Hardlight, because the scout rifle looks just like it. And the Hardlight is the futuristic-y kind of weapon in the game, so it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Omolon talent grids focus on behavioral perks over stat customization. Legendary talent grids are the only weapons that offer 3 perks. One as the first non-scope upgrade, and 2 as a binary choice in the final column. Perk selection favors perks that are energy based and or go beyond the weapon to interact with the wielder's abilities or status. And so that's like talking about the Hardlight again with its bouncing projectiles. We made a video on that earlier in the week. And when they say to interact with the wielder's abilities or status, at the very bottom of this weekly update, they talk about classes having their own kind of weapons, and I feel like Omolon is going to go hand in hand with that, with perks in the skill tree that could maybe, like, if you're holding it as a hunter and you're using like the new Void Bow or something, maybe it could have more draw to enemies getting trapped inside the Void Bow. I don't know, I'm just making this up off the top of my head. I'm just saying what it could be. I have no clue. But they did say at the bottom of the update that classes are going to have their own weapons, which could be good, could be bad, you know. It could be, one class could be favored because of a certain weapon it has, which hopefully doesn't happen, but it could very easily happen. And the last company is a company that we have heard of just because its title is in a gun name that was very popular in the very beginning of Destiny before any updates came out. And that's the Suros. And we know that from the Suros regime, auto rifle. And they value customization over anything. And they want the weapon to fit the Guardian using it. So they have a lot of customizations that are available for their weaponry. Their talent grids offer 2 columns and 2 stat perks, granting more options for changing weapon stats than any other foundry. So that's going to be kind of interesting to use. The Suros was kind of interesting. You couldn't go back and forth, but it started out as a pretty fast, kind of medium fire rate auto rifle, but you could put a perk on it that slowed it down and the bullets did more damage, but there was no way to take that perk away to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure that was just down the stat tree. You had to unlock it to progress. It wasn't like the 3 columns. But again, they have the scout rifle, auto rifle picture, and a rocket launcher picture, which we saw the rocket launcher in the vid of the Taken King. So, and that is the 3 manufacturers that they introduced, and they went on to say that doesn't cover the entire product line that these manufacturers have to offer, holding back a number of categories for you to discover as yourself. And then the big kicker that everybody took away that they didn't really talk about but they mentioned was the last paragraph. And in that they said there will be more choices than ever to arm yourself in the tower. Factions will have their own guns, classes will have their own guns. More quests will lead you directly to specific guns. Even the gunsmith will have a new way to include you in his enterprise. We'll inspect all of that as well before you earn the means to equip yourselves to meet a rising threat. And literally the only 3 words that everybody took away from that was classes will have their own guns. And that's more than 3 words, but oh well. This is interesting. It's just interesting that they're gonna go that route. Hopefully it's just like a cosmetic thing, or something that has to do with each of the new 3 subclasses getting a boost somehow. But hopefully it's just nothing overpowering. I'm praying that they've been in the sandbox just playing with these guns, making sure that there's nothing that's going to make one class favor another. And with that being said, I definitely need to go in and finish out my Warlock. I've got a level 34 Titan, a level 34 Hunter, and my Warlock's only at like level 12 because I just don't have enough time to play this game with work and everything. But I'm definitely going to get 334s before September rolls out. 100% it's going to happen. I don't care what I have to do. But just like I said, the biggest thing is I hope and pray that nothing is just extremely overpowered, and that they go in and they weapon test hard and just don't make one class favorable over the other. But I do like the idea of the weapon manufacturers. I think it's a great idea. I'm coming over from Borderlands, so it works out great for me, and I understand what's going on here with these manufacturers. If you've played a game like Borderlands, you understand what they're doing here. And it just makes perfect sense for a game like Destiny, and I think it's the right way to go. And like I said, these last 2 updates, they've been bringing it. There's not been any messing around, and they've actually had things to show us, and it's been refreshing to actually be able to sit and read something that you want to sit and read in the weekly update. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I shed some light on it for you. And if you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and stay legendary.